You're gay.
Oh,
No, you.
Like I was doing it so your audio can actually pick up something.
someone tell what?
Okay. What? I'm on YouTube. What do you mean? What do you want from me? We're fucking money. Oh, what? Oh, what?
I've been waiting for a better day. Waking up into the face on the side. Feeling like there's someone in my brain having a pain. How can I continue in the rain? I'm ashamed that everything I do is for a reason and a change. Make me or break me. It's your choice if you hate me. I can't keep entertaining. And if you never let me finish, I'll be failing. Into the ground. I heard the walls that made a sound. Everybody losing when the fighting pop a battle in the house. Struggling to get a fucking grip, I wanna quit. I've been jumping hurdles, you've been in the ditch. Puppy loves a challenge and I really need a fix. To the damage and the manage and I'm fucking politics. Lucky with my talent and I'm balancing my shit. Got shot the fuck down, I don't care about your clip. Blood, sweat, tears, I've been dancing in the dark. You've been running from your fears like you never seen a spark. Sunset clears and I tell them what I want.
Alright, and now it's the start of the stream.
There we go.
50 minutes.
Here,
Very
people.
sorry.
15 minutes of absolutely nothing and just looking at the same screen for the longest time. We'll be
Don't
back.
worry, there are reasons, but
Yeah.
how are y'all doing? How you guys doing? How you guys feeling?
Yeah, what's up?
Very good.
Pretty good.
Hey,
I'm
Gucci.
doing well, yeah.
Gucci. Okay,
With the
so
blank screen, canvas.
let's go.
That
Let's
home.
go. Okay, so I I did I what was I gonna say? I completely forgot. My memory is absolutely terrible. What did I was about to talk? Oh yeah, my mom. Okay, so
Your mom.
before we started this, we were talking about you know, sexuality, like homosexuality, and we were just talking about like, oh yeah, like some people's parents are like very like they blame themselves that their child is not straight,
Yeah.
or they
They're
blame something other entity
Yeah, I
for
swear.
not being straight. Yeah,
Satan.
huh?
Yes.
What?
It's just okay.
Uh,
You know,
could be.
some parents, usually be like that, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's
it's lame.
Yeah. My dad was like that too as well. Yeah. He was very upset or didn't like the idea of me being gay when I was a younger kid because I did act a lot different from my brothers. Uh,
Acting a little fruity.
yeah, get my nails painted, wearing high heels, all the jazz that young kids
All
do
the-
when they don't know what the hell they are. Like legitimately asking and talking about it is just like, oh yeah, I don't really know who I am, and I asked my mom, and then she was like, "Oh, you're a boy." I'm like, "What's a boy?" She says, "A guy with pee-pee." Well, not really. She didn't. She never said that, but like, the guy in the family. I'm like, "Oh, okay." And then I try to take the image of big, strong man in the family, that kind of concept, because toxic masculinity as a kid, never understood it
Yeah.
until I grew up with it,
All
and then I was like, "Oh yeah, no, that's a constant thing." But yeah, after situations happened, my mom legitimately, I believe this happened in 2019. No, 20, like after 2020, right? After 2020 is like I believe like later in like either the start of 2021 or like late 2020. My mom was terribly bad at hinting that I was gay, but I'm not.
Oh.
To show out there, I'm actually bisexual, and but my mom was like, "Hey, you could date this guy." I'm like, "What?" Just
Oh
out of nowhere. By the way, just out of nowhere.
no.
No, like anything, like nothing behind the thing, nothing like really there. And then she tells me, "Don't worry, if you're gay, I know if you want to have a boyfriend or something." And I'm sitting there like,
Ah, the
"What prompted
pain.
this?"
Wait, where did you come? Where did this come?
Yeah, no, I was confused too, because I was
Ah.
just like, "There's no way that." Because I usually, again, I barely talk to my mom about I never talk to my mom about this. But she's like, "Look at this guy. He's kind of cute, isn't he?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure." And then goes like, if you should probably date him. He's pretty He's like pretty. I'm like, "What the fuck?" He's pretty famous. I'm like,
You're
"What?" That has nothing to do with me as like, as a person, because I never talked to my mom about that. It was so awkward. It was so funny seeing my mom be like, "Oh, this guy's gay. What do you think?" I'm like,
It's like
Ah.
giving you like a Craigslist of men to look at.
You're
a
like, I
Craigslist
It's
didn't
of men.
ask.
it's almost like if their first option of telling you how the world works doesn't actually work, their second option is to make it feel awkward, purposely awkward, because they know that you don't have the balls to talk to them about sexual stuff, so they're just probably going to summon it up somehow and say, "Hey, you want to date that guy?" I'm like, "Yeah, you're trying to get about personal life and maybe trying to understand if that's the case as well, but like, it feels awkward."
Oh yeah,
It
no.
does.
This is, this is scaring me. Oh my lord.
Oh, it's so awkward. My mom still can't wrap her head around it that I'm bi.
It's like you
Sorry,
don't.
bro.
Yeah.
Oh.
And Mikro is still hiding is gay.
That's funny.
I mean, we all know, but
Funny.
he
Yeah,
won't
Bro, you got
admit
a
it straight
boyfriend.
out.
Imagine.
Oh.
Go talk
It's
to
all
Justice
real.
about that, man.
Look,
Look.
Oh.
Oh,
All right. Okay.
Oh
anyways.
god.
Yeah, but yeah.
Even your
Ma-
boyfriend thinks you're gay.
That's hilarious.
Nah, how it
I
works
mean,
is in a relationship, the dominant person's not gay. They simulate the straight.
they like to simulate the straight.
Simulated shit, yes, of course.
That's how it all works.
Gotta read.
Yeah,
Oh
this
man.
this is an interesting but yeah. Max, you have a topic for us?
Interesting. interesting.
Oh
intro.
yes.
Let's kind of slide into it very easily. Yeah.
Our topic today shall be about our journey, exploring on our probably work habits, what we do to like get things resolved, just stuff around there, right? You know,
Procrastination.
Mhm.
procrastination. Yeah,
Um,
that's a key factor about it all. But you see, if you toy with procrastination, you can use it as motivation to get whatever you want. You see, it's all about society.
Is that your excuse to abandon?
I think you got that confused.
Do you
Nah,
relate to
well,
that, Benzi?
I mean, once it's like
Mm.
one day, if you have assignment, it's like one day due. You know you want to be on it. That's like how it's done, right? Right?
Not
Am I
4
not?
hours.
Yes.
4 hours due.
4 hours
Then you
of
start
painful,
rushing.
straining, of
That's what I do.
stressful.
Like how you
Dumbest
say that,
shit in high school was that. Yeah, procrastination.
bro.
But yeah, who wants to start with their, who wants to talk about it first? I guess it'll be Max, because like talk about your art journey. I was like, what do you mean by art journey? In more specifics, like what really compels you to do art? I guess.
Um, I've been looking around and I've been hearing a few things about like different methods that been helping me. Well, somewhat. Well, I've been trying different methods experimentally, but the first step to it is sort of like, how do I put it? How do we start off with someone else like getting off the ball? Cause like I
All
can't.
right then. Well then,
All right
I'll
then, we're moving on fast. All right,
it's
go
Yeah.
funny
ahead.
how we start this whole art topic as my Apple Pen dies. So I'll start with that.
Apple pen.
Apple Pen.
In
So
pineapple,
we're going
apple pen.
we're going about methods and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I began with traditional pencil and paper. I was never really
Mm.
into digital that much, mainly because of like its simplicity. No offense. Um, and like how easy it is to like get things done. And also, I was horrible with color because, mind you, I'm slightly colorblind. So my purples, oranges, and reds and blues kind of mix in, especially yellows and greens. I'm no bueno with those.
You're colorblind.
I'm
Nah, it's
I'm
not that
I'm
Yeah,
bad.
I'm
actually.
like fairly colorblind, unfortunately. Um, so um, with stuff like that, I try it. That's the reason why I really stuck to traditional, because it was just gray, darker gray, and all the gray
That makes
shades of
sense.
gray or more
Gray, dark
white,
gray, black.
black.
Yeah.
Um, I kind of stuck to that, and I really liked it. I have a whole bunch of old high school drawings of just that, and like pen. But like when I started, like because of this cringe lord over here, Max was like,
Oh.
you're
Just straight calling
it's
him the
like
cringe lord, okay?
your family. I mean, not your family. Your school gave you a free iPad. You should get an Apple Pen and download this epic app named Procreate. I was like, nah, fam, that's not for me. Then I did it regardless, and I have been really into. I've become a hypocrite.
Nah,
Uh,
That
loser.
I shut up. That I that I have been doing more digital rather than traditional.
And
Of
it's
course,
good, huh?
Pretty fun.
yeah, it's pretty
yeah.
quick, and
Yeah, and not material consuming at all.
Yeah. True. God, imagine just going to the Bleak store. Was it Bleak store? Yeah, I think it's the Bleak store. Every time and just like, what sketchbook should I get? Like, should I get the medium one, the big one? Just trying to figure out the size. And then once you finally get it, you're like, ah, I'm too scared to put something on it. I don't want to waste my money. God damn it.
That is for real, like a real issue. Like I remember in my college, they had different sketchbook sizes, and I saw like a bunch of kids who were part of like the arts program, staring at that wall, going like, "Wait, what should I buy?" I'm like, "Uh oh, that's not good."
Yup,
Yeah. But
terrible.
bro, once you're like older and you like have some type of way, I mean, you know you have the ability to get finance. Just don't worry about it. Just draw whatever the hell you want. Just freehand that crap. Like, as long as you know how to draw the basic shapes, just practice on those, and you can get shit like fleshed out, like solid.
Exactly.
Uh,
I also heard something about like, I've realized like every artist goes through this gap within their career, I suppose,
oh yeah.
where it's you're stuck in the middle between your skill level and your expectations, which is like I guess is like within the process of your like preference of what you want, but at the same time you're not exactly skilled enough to get there yet. Like
Mhm,
getting down your
mhm.
own style, which I unfortunately kind of was in that gap for a very good bit because I kept
Uh,
changing a lot of things. And apparently, no, I wouldn't say I finally found it because now I started drawing dogs. So
Dogs.
dogs, yes, which is a completely different style than what I'm usually used to. Um, which is unfortunate.
it's not that bad. Humans are work.
Human,
Humans
yeah, the
are
opposite. Humans
I
for
think.
me are much more simpler.
Hmm?
For
I
me, for drawing humans are like easy because I think the main reason why I have difficulty with dogs is I believe the muzzle for how extended and how smaller it has to be depending on the position of the head.
uh,
Ears,
I do.
it
ears,
Yeah. No, you go.
the ears are like a bit again with depending on like which animal it is. The ears always have to be facing a certain direction or like shaped in a
Yeah.
certain way, so you don't
yes.
actually confuse them within a different creature.
Oh,
Which
sure,
again
sounds.
really tries Samsung was
Huh?
was
Are you asking what I said?
yeah.
Oh, I said different sizes. Oh yeah, different snow sizes. So it was
Oh
like
yeah.
yeah, that. It was like basically it's kind of like a tube just sitting on the freaking beer with like triangles on the side as the meat of the face that binds it together. If that makes any sense? Like
The meat.
it's the
Only
meat.
took geometry on high school. I'm not trying to take it again.
Oh wait, hold on. Isn't that the like? Isn't geometry just essentially what has like art is really based around on as well,
I
or
mean,
what?
yeah, it,
What's
yeah,
really
it
important about
I
art?
don't use math. I
shapes.
hate math.
Not mathematically. I mean just the shapes in general.
Yes.
Yeah, it really is just literally all about shapes, form. It like it.
Fortunately,
It's, it's a whole plane of like it's my brain. I think I need more coffee.
your brain is functioning because again, geometry.
It's not
You don't
functioning.
think about it. You don't really think about
You just do it.
You just think about the shapes.
Yeah.
You go back to like fifth grade or something, where you put like shapes within a hole of like a bucket. And
Oh
you're
my
like, oh, the cube goes in the square hole, and the
Circle goes
X
That's
into the
right.
triangle.
The square hole.
the square hole. Yes,
You put the circle into this triangle. I've tried.
literally.
It works. I'm kidding.
Oh lord.
But yeah, no. How about you, Beansy?
Oh yeah.
How's your art
Um,
journey?
I noticed that my art style is definitely not consistent throughout the years that I've been drawing. And it throws me off a little bit, but I like how I've improved a lot from where I started.
That's good.
And it's very nice. I like seeing myself improve. I like drawing, but I'm just upset that I haven't been able to do it as much as I used to.
Wow.
Hang on one
Okay.
moment, I'll be back.
All right. While he's
Okay.
away, uh,
He's gay.
I'm gonna ask you if you. I think he's like to ask you a few questions, like, because I know that you three are more visual artists. I'm not a visual artist. Uh, but I want to know, like, when you first started, drawing and stuff, what really captivated you into doing the art?
Um.
The hentai. No, I'm just kidding.
You know what? That is a good answer.
That technically, just technically, it's just a.
Good answer. Good answer. Good answer.
No, I just like the art style. It like anime art style just intrigues me. I think it's very fun to draw, even though it's very time consuming. I like it.
Yeah, it's a very difficult skill, I would
Hmm.
imagine.
Yeah.
How about you, Matt?
And for me, I kind of got into it by the community somewhat per se. Like I was friends with someone and they were having this whole ass conversation. They were talking like, "Hey, you know what a furry is?" I'm just like, What that? No." And they said, "Go look it up." And I was like, "Okay, I'm gonna look it up." I'm seeing pictures. I'm like, "Hey, this is what I've been looking for. I've been typing in like dog and shit on the search bar. Dog like freaking art, and I don't get crap besides actual dogs. I'm like, what is the name of these creatures?
What are these anthropomorphic animals?
And then I finally found him. I got on the phone with him since he finally showed me whatnot, and then I was like, maybe I can draw these because like I tried humans before, and there was like I'm tired of drawing these same ugly ass circle people who got no life to them. Like I need something different. So
I
I
needed
just
to.
yeah,
Yeah, you don't feel fulfilled.
nope, it was horrible. Oh yeah, I was actually doing logos and crap. Before I was actually drawing people because I knew I couldn't even just draw people. It was just horrible. So I was just doing logos and crap and like videos. But after that, so I just started looking up Google and just redrawing whenever I was saw fit on the page. And no, I did not say it was mine, but I was just copying them down, and I was like, hey, I got an iPod with no pen, but like I got a finger on it. I think I can draw some of my own stuff. Oh God,
Ah,
that's where it all began. The pain and suffering.
really?
It's
Okay.
Beautiful.
all 2016.
2016. Interesting.
Yeah.
What was your year, Beansy?
Ever since I could remember, really.
Ever since you could remember?
Oh,
Wow.
lucky.
Yeah. But I think I started drawing in anime style whenever I hit like maybe middle school, like maybe 12, 13.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, it was like 12 or 13. I really started to get into it.
Sorry.
Uh,
But yeah,
that's-
no, that's a yeah, that's a crazy concept to think about, right? Where people originated from, like with the arts. I'm gonna ask Mikra
Mhm.
the same thing, but uh, just as a starter thing as well for like many people who don't know, my art is different from theirs because mine's not visual at all.
I mean, technically, it
It's
can be.
more I make music, well, for fun usually. Just like most artists, you make stuff for fun because you want to.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
exactly.
yeah, and I got my placement, my foothold actually when my dad played guitar for me. Not for me
Oh.
directly, but when he started like showing off that he played the guitar and like music has always been surrounded my life ever since I was a kid. There were pictures of me on the piano, like an electric keyboard that was used to be in the house that I rode down the stairs with because I was a stupid kid. Uh, it was dangerous. Almost died. Uh,
Oh my god.
yeah, it's not fun riding down the stairs as a tiny kid on a keyboard or
Oh
a
no.
mattress, for the matter.
Oh
But
my
yeah,
lord.
it was, huh?
No, just listening.
Okay. But yeah, yeah, but music has always been part of my life, but I never really fully captivated it until I got into fourth grade, I believe, when I took my first, when my school, my middle school, I guess it would be called the middle school, but we call it intermediate school over here. Um, well, I went through my intermediate classes, and then they said, "Hey, do you want to join the guitar club?" And in my head, I wanted to be like my dad. Would he play guitar? I wanted to play guitar. It intrigued me. Music has always, again, as I said, has always been part of my life. And only then did I realize that I really enjoyed playing the guitar. Of course, I was terrible at it. Like, I'm no prodigy. I met somebody who's really good at playing the guitar at that age. He was like young and could just riff like on the guitar. But yeah,
Oh.
I was like, yeah. And of course, I would be jealous of it because like, whoa, that's crazy. But then like again, I grew up and I was like, yeah, no, I make music my own way now. But yeah, no, it's it's really interesting to see many people go into the art forms. Like Again, most of you guys got into the visual arts because of certain things that pulled you in, right? Things that really captivated your mind and your interests. Same with
Yes.
me with music. Yeah. Um, and then my music journey didn't really stop there. It actually continued into my later years. After fifth grade, because I was doing it for like over almost 2 years of playing guitar in school because I did concerts and stuff. I went into my middle school year, or my I guess my junior high year, my junior high years, and we were like, okay, so we have in I believe in start of sixth grade, I my friend talked about joining. He was already part of some of my friends were already part of the violin club or the violin club. I think it was violin actually club, or it was called the violin club or something like that. But it was a very German teacher teaching us violin and the way to hold the bow and all that,
Oh,
as usual.
no pizza.
Uh,
As you do.
as you do. But yeah, that's where I got my because I love violin beforehand because I whenever I listen to it, it's like I want to know how to play this instrument, and whenever I see people play it, I'm like, this is so interesting. And then as time grew, I played it for like 2 years, and then I moved on to another instrument, which was an upright bass. An upright bass, if to those who don't know, is basically if you took a violin and made it like 40 times bigger. It's huge. And it's
Oh,
supposed to be because you have the violin, the viola, the cello, and then you have the
cello.
upright bass.
Oh, I was thinking of a cello. I mean, something
The
similar,
cello
but
is
it
where
was
you sit with
smaller.
it. Yeah, the cello is the one that sits between your legs. It's pretty big, but the upright bass is massive. Like it's meant to stand and is usually used in jazz as well, with the boom, 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 boom. You know what I mean? But the I usually play like the bass notes as part of the instrument. I play two types of basses: the electric and the upright. My life has been surrounded with music, so and then throughout high school, again I come back to music, playing the upright bass, but also I kind of had music theory class as well, very early, like very easy to get into music theory class, and yeah, that's where I started learning about you know using. I mean, before that, I knew about how to play with score sheets and how to play with like how to read like sheet music, and to also like tabs on guitar. And this is where I actually learned how to how chords work on a piano because it was all mainly focused on the piano. And my teacher, I shit you not, is named C Sharp.
No way.
His
What?
name is literally C Sharp,
Hmm.
and he
Mr. C
loves
sharp.
making Mr. No, his full name is Mr. C Sharp. Mr. Sharp is what he's called, but his full name is I forgot his first name, but I'm just gonna refer him to as C Sharp. And during the end of the year, right? During the
Yeah.
end of the year, he did this joke. And he says, "Stop! You're under arrest." And he points up. And if to those who know like the rest symbol for music, especially for
Oh
like a
my
quarter note,
god, no
he
way.
that's not a joke. He does that, and I stood there smiling. I was like, "Good pun," and then I moved to my
Mm,
seat.
no, that's a terrible joke.
I
Oh,
He was like my favorite teacher because he got me into music again, and again, of course, like I had my peel away. I had like weird times where like I want to do a lot of things, and immediately my depression kicks in. It just pushes me away. It's that cycle, but music has always been there as my way of either I listen to music, I listen to people who sing, I listen to like a lot of things, and people introduce me to music, and I'm very grateful for that. Because again, that's basically what my life has been surrounded with, and I've never been happier to just make music for myself now. Ever since I got like a DAW to use it on.
Mm,
mm,
it's beautiful.
And speaking of Mikurai,
Ah,
inspired. What?
yes.
Yes,
since you're here now, I can finally ask you the question:
that is.
what got you into doing art,
Um, I would say it was mainly animation,
animation?
and I guess we would lean more into anime. For like, I like the art style of it,
Mm,
on how like more realistic it was. Well, some animes. Um, because like we got Adventure Time, Cartoon Network, Nickelodeon, Disney, all of that stuff. I wasn't
yeah,
really captured on the stories. I mean, Adventure Time, epic show. Um, But again, the visuals weren't exactly something that really caught my eye. And when I first watched anime, which was Attack on Titan, I really liked how like in depth the colors were, the shadows, the values, everything. And that really got me thinking like I kind of want to make that. I want to be able to make something like that, maybe even better. And also started watching other people that did do art, like let's say Jaden Animations and the R1s out, along with Sir Pelo, Little Pelito. Um
Benito.
Mainly Jaden Animations actually, for how smooth and like yet simple but expressive her animations were. Along with I I do want to put some light on the odd ones up, but his I guess his like style's a bit more simpler in the way where he doesn't really have
Cartoony.
much on him. He's very cartoony, yes, but like in the way that like again some of his animations are very smooth and fluent, but like with Jaden's, it's like it gives more character because of more of detail, I suppose. Because like not gonna lie, with the other ones out, his thing kind of looks like the little Reddit robot at times.
Oh my god. I can't unsee
um,
that.
well now you can't unsee it. I couldn't unsee it right when I realized it. And also with Jaden's Ari, her little parrots. I think it's a parakeet. Is it not? I think so.
I don't know.
But no, with all of that, watching them, and also what was it like? Watching more recent movies and watching more anime, different animes, it got me more into it. With me, with the idea of creating something from absolutely nothing, really caught my eye. And again, my family isn't exactly the ones of very art high. Like they don't really see much into art. So with me going to for a degree of computer animations is a bit, I guess, out of the blue or outlandish.
Let's see. Oh, the
So
family
they don't
line.
really exactly see much of a reason on it. But they respect it, they support it, and they actually do go in like in a surprise state of mind when I do show them some of my art. And
Interesting. Oh,
oh,
no, no, keep
I
going.
mean, and and a lot of things like it kind of inspires my younger siblings as well, which is another thing I like.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Huh.
Hmm.
Yeah, seeing everybody's like again, seeing how everybody really pulled from, like you and Beansy both pulled from anime. Max pulled from furry art,
Yeah,
and
kind of like yeah, motivation. Yeah.
yeah, the pulling force that creates that breeds creativity, right? Inspiration breeds creativity most of the time. Other times it also builds depth from other people, but don't mind that. I would also like to say like uh, to those who also who are like to those who are watching or watching the future, hopefully anybody. Um, do you still do commissions, Max?
Oh yes, I do. I am
Yes.
totally
Literally
all.
promote yourself right now. Do it.
Hey, I do commissions. Technically, if the money's on the table, I can draw anything. But yes, I mainly do anthropomorphic characters, and I am open. My prices ranges from could be $5 if you want a cheap basic sketch, or 75 if you want like two people. Who knows? More. Check me out on coffee. My name is Otter Snowflake everywhere.
Yeah. What would you
I
mainly say? Huh?
oh, never
Oh
mind,
yeah.
continue.
Yeah, I was gonna say like, where do you mainly post yourself on? By the way, like, where do you mainly put your art, or
Oh, I'm
where
only.
commissions come through?
Wait, me or be correct?
You.
Oh,
Do me
yeah.
correct? Do you do
Mainly
commissions?
go.
I try. I mean, I'm beginning to start doing commissions once I get my PayPal and all those other payment apps down. Once I get that
Okay.
down, I will be open for commissions.
Yeah. So yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Max, what were you gonna say
Oh yeah,
about where you post
mostly post
mainly?
on Twitter, but I mean, I spread. I can go on like Furfinity. I don't upload it that often, but like I'm on mainly Twitter or Furfinity, Max Otter, or
Mm.
Otter. So like,
So yeah,
yes.
to those who want some high quality art, you go check out Max. If you also, and as soon as this boy Mikurai does his stuff and actually sets it all up, you can see also some more high quality art from him as well. Uh, if these two are really gonna go, I know Max does commissions. If Mikurai is doing commissions, please also check him out. It's just a general, just a broad statement. Just check them out. I know that they're great artists. I've seen their art. It's actually really good, and I've seen everybody's art, by the way, and it's actually like no joke. One of the like it is ins- both inspirational and also very interesting to see such a spread of different art styles, while at the same time maintaining a really decent quality. That's what I could say about their art style. Like realistically, it's really good.
God, geez,
I
you're making me
appreciate
red.
Oh, thank you.
you.
Sebastian,
You just said, oh my
Like
uh,
out of not to like again, I'm not fucking brown nosing or anything. I'm literally stating the fact here. I've seen their art. It's a
take a
fact that it's good.
there's someone in here should be on SoundCloud.
No, don't
Who
listen to my
listens to
music.
this?
It's dog shit.
No, it's not. It's fucking
I'm
good.
kidding. I'm kidding.
It's
You
not.
should go.
If you want to hear my music, it's on YouTube. It's on actually the same name. You can find me there. It's on YouTube. Find it there. I post
Yeah.
very often, or very seldomly, but I still post. Creativity again. It takes me a couple days to think about posting or making music. So yeah, I
Yes.
post quite often actually. Yeah. Uh, I don't do commissions. Again, I just post for free. Anybody could watch it and listen. A lot of people seem to like it. So again, thank you all for to whoever's actually watched it. The insane 500 viewers for the past like 4 videos.
Wait.
I'm like, what the heck is
No
going
way.
on? I'm not gonna lie, it's so crazy to see those numbers, but at the same time, like, I still need to work hard. I'm not at the level where I want to be, so I'm gonna keep working until I reach that. Just like I hope, like again, no matter how good my music sounds to most people, I just want to make sure that I'm at least consistent with my development and create new stuff as I learn. That's really again, I'm a beginner when it comes to this stuff as well. Like personally, I started doing making music properly by myself outside of like playing music for like school.
Being in band class.
Yeah, I've been in orchestra. I've been part of orchestras and stuff, but I never arrive on time. That's actually a fact. I've never arrived on like two of the occasions where I had
Oh
to
my
be and
god.
someone had to take over, and I was sad.
Oh no.
Oh.
But yeah, no, yeah, thank you. Like again, and if Minzy, will you ever do commissions, or do you think again art in and of
Should.
itself is just something that you want to do
I
and
think
like have
it'd be
people
fun
buy?
to try and do commissions, but I haven't like ever really put my art out there.
If you
Like
ever
I've
do, trust me,
never.
it looks good. I know it looks
I
good.
mean, if I may add, I mean, she did do this one commission for one of our cousins for like her family of like like a portrait, I believe. Is
Mm,
that what it?
Oh yeah.
Yes. Did
it's
you
good,
ever
right?
charge her?
Huh? She charged it?
Did you? Did you?
No, I didn't charge them for it. I gave it to
What?
them. It was a gift.
I would have.
Oh, also, just to add on to it, recently it was one of a family member's birthday as well, and you like took your time studying like the characters from Poppy Playtime and from
Oh.
like the Playtime Project Playtime, and you were making the word happy with it. I wasn't able to see the finishing product of it yet, but
Oh, you
from
weren't.
no, yeah, no, you were busy with like family stuff.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
but yeah, from what I've seen so far, legitimately she draws really good, and like I was actually like she draws fast. The letter,
Oh.
like, of course, they're just letters with faces on them, but to that detail that they were, with watercoloring, by the way, watercoloring,
What? No,
It's
that's
really good.
bro. You cheating? You got them 12 years under your belt. Like I did.
I'm so
You
irritated when she
cheating? It
has like
ain't fair.
a little stats of like a drug that really like increases her stats of like drawing completely.
Everybody here is an incredible artist. I have never been. Again, I've hung out. I mainly hang out with artists at this point. uh,
Hmm.
Around me. I've never, and also as another sidetrack from like the art stuff, I was never, I never wanted to really focus on music as my mainstay or like anything with like if you see my videos and stuff, music hasn't exactly been my main focus. What? My main focus of like
Mm,
from what I actually came from, by the way, it was actually
okay.
programming. my my studies in college, for the short time that I've been in college, I dropped out. Just to let you know. Ugh, I feel like ass.
Just
I,
FYI.
just so you know, I'm not qualified to be anybody near programming levels of like high stature. But just to let you know, I came from a background of programming, meaning, of course, I have years of music behind me as well. But I think legitimately, when I hear people like anybody can make music, anybody can do art, I believe that. Because again, it's not only like, oh, you want your art to look good immediately. Never think
No,
that.
no,
Never think
no.
your art would look good immediately. Never think your
It's
art would
Yep.
sound good immediately.
Mm-hmm.
Take your time and you'll get
it's
there.
to be honest, the backbone behind that problem, people like expecting it to be good, like as they're doing it, it's like they
Expectations.
don't know the formula. Since
Yeah.
they're not experienced, they don't know the actual formula of what they can do, so they have no template to go off of. So they're automatically expecting perfect strokes every time. When no, unfortunately, it's like trial and error and doing whatever the hell you want. No one's going to see behind the screen what you do. Just do it. Uh,
Yeah,
the only
pretty
people they're
much.
going, all of they're going to see is literally the front page. So zoom out, edit all the shit you want. Just don't. You can zoom in. You can do whatever you want, but like, just don't worry about it too much. Just calm down. This is like also this is not for them. This is practically for you. This is just like stress relief, hobby, whatnot, work, yeah, etc. There's nothing. There's no deadlines. It's just you, you and life.
Mm.
Bye.
And
How very
also,
contradicting on your own mindset, Max.
oh
No,
yeah,
no. Listen. No, the reason I'm explaining this is because I'm trying to do it for myself. But like, yeah, I know the
it's
problem. I'm
difficult.
trying to get rid of
It's
the
a
problem. Huh?
Yeah, it's a hard mindset to get rid of, mainly because again, it's that stigma of I want to improve. Again, I have that too. Like I want to improve, I want to sound better. But as you said, it literally is trial and error. Like my recent song that I made, Mikurai Max hasn't heard it yet, but Beansy has. I actually added another layer to it recently, but she hasn't
Did
heard
you?
it yet. I haven't shown you guys yet, but the music is is focused on love, and it trying to capture the feeling of it. Uh,
Cringe.
as you would understand why I only showed it to her. But it's again all of it. I throughout the process I go back to it sometime at random times of the day, and I get random inspirations as well. Where I come back and I listen to it, it's like that sounds pretty good, and I go to bed satisfied, and then I wake up like that doesn't sound good at all, and I erase some stuff,
Don't you
and
just
then it's
love that
complete.
random spurt of inspiration and then you look back at it and it looks like dog shit?
Yeah.
It's gone.
Oh
I
my god.
swear to heavens. Oh, it's
This
rude.
looks amazing.
That's why I'm trying to
It's-
like take notes more, because like when I'm in bed, in the shower, like any other things, I get these gushing ideas. But as soon as I get to my damn paper, they're gone. They're just like running away. They like, where
Oh,
are you? Like,
Oh yeah,
yeah.
no, that's happened so often. Uh,
It's so bad.
it's not a good thing, but that's exactly what many artists deal with. And like, again, I would consider these people right in front of me, like the BNZ, Mikurai, and Max. These guys, I would actually straight up say they are really, really good. I've like again, this is me repeating what I've said before, but also I want to add on to something. Not
I
only
will
have I
take it.
seen their art, huh?
I'll take offense.
You,
You take
uh,
offense.
see
okay,
you
but
right
I'm
there,
gonna
and
say
you
it
didn't
anyways.
shut up.
I'm
I don't
not
care how
that
I
good.
don't care how offended you are. This is a compliment.
Well,
Because the fact of the matter is, I've not only seen their art styles, I've seen like their differentiating like ability to adapt to different art styles, being able to build upon their own style, and like again, pulling inspiration is never wrong.
No.
of course, there's plagiarism involved when it comes to certain art pieces, and this also I want to talk about AI about that, but that's a whole other subject that I don't want to get into because I
Mm,
learned
what is-
AI art
Hmm.
uses public domain art. That's just
Oh, yeah.
that, and the concept of it stealing from artists is completely wrong and untrue because you have to because AI doesn't pull art out of thin air. You have to input it as data. That's how it works. It doesn't just yank out your picture out of nowhere and you're blaming AI for it. I think that's kind of stupid, but I also think it's stupid to sell AI art calling it original.
Oh, yeah, it's horrible. Like, no, it's. Oh.
Yeah,
Yeah. Mm.
what is
It
it?
back
really is a whole nother topic.
Actually,
yeah, it's
speaking
a
of
Sorry.
whole
that,
other topic.
it's funny
But
how they try to like diverse from NFTs. They're like, oh, NFT that's
Yeah.
bad. Try to do something better. AI art.
I will say though, if you've never seen like there's a bunch of channels dedicated to AI art and they're incredible. Like looking at them as like a visual aspect of what is plausible and I swear to God it's hyper realistic for like the human photos more now than ever. From
Yeah.
compared to a couple years ago, I could actually I watched a video like talking about YouTubers if they were like in the dark ages of like medieval dark ages, and it looks incredible. PewDiePie with his Viking helmet and stuff, and Markiplier looking like a Chad like always, except he looks super Chad
Oh,
in this one and shredded,
Well
scary,
done.
Oh, beautiful.
and it looks real. These look like real people until you
it's
see the glasses sometimes deform and the fingers kind of mess up. But yeah, most of
The
the
yeah.
times
hands throw me off so
The
bad. I'm like,
hands.
oh my god.
Yeah,
Hands
that's
are
AI
always
cannot deal with hands.
nope.
Until there's an AI that's just like specifically for hand development, all the hand like differentiation, then yes, I think it's plausible. But so far, you could tell what AI art is via hand or eye or like sometimes the hair or skin. It's just very slight stuff, but also
Or
it's
it,
incredible because again I
or maybe
detracted so
like
hard.
the concepts of like light and shadow color design might be extremely perfectly exaggerated, and it's like you can tell that way. It's just some artists like balance their details out in like
Yeah,
sections to create a focal point and concept, not just do it all. I'm perfect. I got it all done. Some people can't do that. And they do it good, goddamn well. But like the AI, it's easy to.
we are talking about professional artists in general as well, where like that stuff. But also, I want to
Yes.
again, I detracted so hard from it. I wanted to just talk about like everybody's art styles and what I've seen so far as well.
Oh,
I want to
oh,
mainly talk about like 3D art.
oh.
3D art is one of the things that's pretty difficult for a lot of people, and also at the same time, it's like again, you deal with geometry once again.
But
I've
you're
seen, I think Mikra, you showed me what you do for your classes, like what you
yes.
take for your classes, and I saw you do like a little treasure chest, and you got a pretty much basically a perfect score, I believe. I don't remember.
Surprisingly.
Yeah, if people had trouble with the box, then it's a real banger of an issue. But also like when it comes to not only 3D art, I've seen it before with like other stuff. With what you've drawn, you're able to build emotion, build tension through your images, and actually like show like depth and pressure, if you know what I mean. Like if
Yes.
someone's taking a step, you could see the ground crack, and you could have that feeling. Same with Max when you do those. I saw some of your comics from what I've
oh
seen, you're able to manipulate the body to make it look like a movement is like really occurring, and you do your study of like anatomy where you have the three-dimensional body, do a pose for you, and you just draw it out.
oh yeah,
This is
yeah.
like dedication to doing something amazing. That's what I mean.
Oh
You know what I
yeah.
mean?
So yeah, like don't be afraid of using references. This is like also like a thing to take from that. Like it like I said again, it doesn't matter. No one's going to see the progress of what you're doing on the canvas, so you can literally like
Couldn't be me.
But don't straight up steal.
like
Yeah.
don't straight up steal, but like use it as a time to like if you're having problems with faces or with let's say if you need help drawing a trash can or
Take a
understanding
picture of the trash can.
or
I,
like understand memorizing the certain size or style of a muscle shape you drew on a leg, tracing like different body shapes, you're going to eventually learn your what do you call it, the imagery of that shape. It's going to be recorded while you're drawing over it, and
Yeah, it
it's
becomes
and it's
muscle
gonna be
memory.
yeah, it becomes muscle memory. You want to be recalling all that later. So like making it a habit where every night I draw like probably a few drawings from a few poses I made of myself in VR chat. Yes. VR chat is a good tool. Use it if you play it.
I would also like to add something as well.
Mhm.
And if you have
As
full body,
huh?
Yep, for your upper body.
For water?
full
Oh,
body.
A full body. Oh yeah, you need
the
full body. Yeah, because it gives you a full pulse. I'd also like to add something about I say like Beansy. She created this image for me and her where like we just kind of chilling together, and she says she hates it, but I think it looks great. I have it as my
No,
I
don't
have it
talk
as
about
my
it.
as my desktop background because I love it that much. It looks great, and I always look at it and smile. I'm not kidding you.
Oh my god.
It looks so bad. I like hardly tried.
You see,
Listen, I know
this
you
is
can do. I know
you
how your
always
art looks, but I always appreciate the art you make. That's the thing. Your art looks good. I've seen. I'm literally looking at it. It looks good.
Oh my god.
Queen, you gotta show me. Like I'm hearing this shit. Like I'm interested, girl. Like you gotta show me. Hell yeah.
Huh?
Oh, punch. Oh, all right.
What do you
That's
see?
you draw.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yes.
Okay. But yeah, the entirety of it all is like again, I took snapshots of it as well, and like I love the picture solely because like it has meaning to me. Uh, again, it's more than just oh it looks good. It has sometimes like an image actually invokes a feeling, right? That's what art
yes.
is all about in any form. It invokes something, right? So, at least not all the time, of course, but when you can and you have that desire, it
Yeah.
really does pull from a lot of people. I like how abstract art in general is like people are able to decipher something in reality. It's just a bundle of paper sitting on like a trash can. I
But
don't
it
know.
Yeah.
costs $1 trillion. No
It costs
goddamn
so
reason.
much money.
I
Yep.
swear to God. Like, bro, like, damn, even I don't even charge that much for the work I spend in
Abstract
art
art is
on. I'm afraid.
abstract is very subjective on the viewer rather than the actual artist.
Yeah.
Mm.
Because the artist could like make many shapes and symbols that don't correlate whatsoever, and then attempt to, not attempt, but like will try to explain it and the reasoning behind that, and people will be like, "Oh, I see that."
You know, it'd be a
While
great.
other eye would look like looks like they threw up on the canvas.
Oh yeah, I think that's called splash art, isn't it?
Oh
It
yeah.
is.
Hey, the paint bucket splash
You
art
don't like
is kind of
splash
cool though.
art?
Not gonna
I think
lie.
it looks
Like
great.
Other
background is
splash art,
perfect. Yeah.
You know what
appreciate
I've
that.
always wanted to see as an art piece, and I don't know if
Mm.
anybody's done this yet, but a completely black canvas with a tiny, tiny blue dot, pale blue dot in the middle. That could actually show significance in the terms of how the author could really, or the artist could really represent it. They could either have it like as some abstract piece of shit, which it basically already is, but seeing this tiny
Oh,
blue dot with the vastness of like this black space, right, on this canvas, could actually be referenced to more of an ideology, right? The idea of how small we are in speculations to the universe. That could be an idea. That,
Mhm.
Or
again,
like
anybody
the
could.
idea of like you looking in the center of the canvas, not knowing what to draw, but you know something's right there. It has to be drawn. It's just there. It's just waiting to
Just
be
blank.
Also,
connected.
I wanna also add something. I wanna disprove the concept that art is useless to a lot of people. Art is the reason why you could see space. Art is the reason why you could actually physically design the human body through images. Art has many uses, and I don't know who, because I remember being younger and like hearing from a lot of parents like, "Oh, you shouldn't be an artist. You should be a doctor or
You
an
won't make
engineer.
money that way.
Yeah, you won't
Oh
make
my
money that
god.
way." You know what I say to artists?
Oh my
For the
god.
Stephen He bit, it was like, or like, "Oh, you want to become an actor? Become an actor." Oh la.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
There's
anyways,
Hiya.
art is literally
yeah.
fucking everywhere. What are you using right now? A Windows system with the UI. How are those UIs made by artists? But
Yeah.
not just different artists, just so everywhere.
UI is the combination of programming, UX design, and having an artist render an image for it to actually be viable and actually design out. And again, it's a whole process. It's not just that, but also
Rendering is
architecture.
so much work too.
Oh
Like they
yeah.
don't even know.
They do
Ugh.
not know the pain queen.
They don't. Rendering is hard, and it has to look good.
I would love to add the concept of like how people kind of perceive art back in the day, because it was like, oh, it's an image, like drawings and paintings that cost millions of dollars due to time and value. And you know, people sell art. That's fine.
Oh my god, that's
People make art.
fucking it, bro.
Hmm?
If you look at AI art and its concept of how it's being released in this era time, imagine how Photoshop got introduced into the world before traditional artists were here. Traditional artists were
Exactly.
probably like, "Hey, yo, the undo is like cheating and like gets rid of the beauty and doing it your whole hard work." I'm like, true, but it's
Yeah.
easy. But like, so it's like, god damn,
It's like the concept of I hate convenience. Give me more
yes,
torture.
like
Torture
yes,
me harder.
it looks good, but like to be honest, when I'm looking at AI art, I'm looking at it as a juicy looking concept. Like I'm looking at like if I have an idea on my notepad, I'm gonna type that crap out and it's gonna be done already. And I can just like, oh, that's a good idea. I think I can make something out of this even better. Like, pop. You already did the
Juicy.
composition, the color, the form, all that for me. Well, not really the form, but like with the color and everything else. Goddamn.
Yeah. And again, this
Oh,
all relates to the concept of the journey of art in and of itself, back from when it was to today as well.
yeah.
Art has come a long way. And
It sure has.
seeing the digital age, and also I believe this is the technological age. I don't know what era we're in because we're moving so fast. We're
Or
moving to the point in which that space travel is becoming more and more likely. Later, of course, but including like
when we did.
people need designs, logos, everything must have a design to capture people's attention. Hence why advertisements are so effective, right?
Mhm.
When you look at an advertisement, you see hundreds of brands just plastered, and you the reason why some stick to your mind, or it's not only because of the focal selling point or the seller, but also the logo that comes along with it. You are reminded of something, or you hear something, and then you immediately think that's what it's connected to. You know
Yeah.
something, therefore it's connected to.
Yeah.
Art
Yeah.
has that strength.
It's like
Uh,
repetition, to be honest, and like so many concepts. Like,
it works. Anything else we want to bring up with art journey? How about you, Mikurai?
mm,
think I would have to say with because it's I don't think I really have much
You
of
can
the
say anything
same
really.
potatoes.
Well, I regret saying that, but
Well,
well, actually,
what I meant, let's cut
I
back
know.
to like actual insanity. Would have to say by art is like how people approach it, like
That's true.
like how I said earlier, how subjective it is, and how people try
That
to
is very
like
true.
say that no, art is this, art is that. Art is literally anything and everything, which I guess a lot of people don't really want to put
Ah,
into.
it's a
And
story.
also another way on how they try to judge like beginner or like other arts, saying it's not good or not good enough or not detailed enough. Everyone has their own style. Everyone has their own ways. Um, which is why art shouldn't really be that subjective.
hmm, yeah. It's the concept. Oh, I think what
Mm,
you're talking about are elitists.
Elite. Oh,
yeah.
I see.
Yeah, everybody knows the term of elitists and people who think highly of themselves or of another artist. They're like, you'll never be as good as this. I'm like,
Oh my god.
of course, I never
Those
come
type of
across.
people like suck ass, literally though.
Oh, legitimately, yeah. Imagine being compared to an artist who's been around for 20 years or so and being like, your art's not that good. Look at this guy's art. I'm like, yeah, I haven't
Yeah.
been
Like,
doing this for long.
oh,
You want me to start making Mozart music? What do you want?
Really though.
God. Like, uh, I had the idea in my head. It's lots. So keep talking.
Oh, uh,
It ran
but yeah,
away.
what?
My idea. I had the topic in my head. It just ran away. It was so valuable. It was so juicy. It's so delectable to talk about. It ran from me.
We could always come. Hopefully, we'll come back to it, and you could think it up again later. But yeah,
Yes.
we've been. I will say though that I'm also kind of want to say like we apologize for being pretty late with this.
Oh yes.
As in like we came out on time. It's fine. It's just that it's just a little bit late. We didn't mean to. It just things got in the way. I
Yeah.
forgot to bring that up earlier. A lot of bad stuff. Oh, actually, speaking of art in general, I want to talk about NFTs as well, just a
Oh,
little
yeah.
bit. We're not gonna go in depth to that, but I will. I think that will be a topic for later. But just the concept of NFTs in and of itself, I want to hear what your individual ideas are. I'm gonna start with you, Max.
Oh boy. So, NFTs. Well, I have been blessed with them only once. And yeah, it gave me the ability to buy an iPad after I sold it, but that wasn't because I bought it. That was because I was just tossing my damn inventory, basically. But NFTs, I kind of hated the concept of them because how people were using them, they were making it mainstream, which is an always a fucking awful idea when it comes to valuable concepts. Which, because like, if I actually wanted to like make something like an art piece and sell it, I could do it as an NFT. In the crypto world, the crypto world is easy money transfer. It gets there fast. You get your money for it, and other people can buy it. It's like a trading card nearly, but for an artist. But people making these damn monkeys and shit, and then people overusing that concept, it became a TikTok trend nearly. They ruined the actual idea of it or abusing it because other bigger people were making bank off of it for a dumb monkey.
Lame.
Yeah, and then other people are forcing me to do it. I'm just like, I don't think I want to get into that atmosphere. It looks retarded, to be honest,
Ah,
and it's very tedious to
careful
do
with that word, by the
because
way. Be
money.
very careful with that
Uh,
word.
wait,
Be,
Be very careful with
be
that
uh,
word.
very
ah,
cautious with that.
That word is dangerous.
ah. Oh
The
no,
R
I'm
word
being
that you
thrown
said.
back to school.
Yeah. No, as in like we are on a public domain and it's dangerous. So that's what I mean. Like we should be very careful with what we say. Okay,
Yes.
so yeah, so you don't like NFTs solely because again the things that surround it and the stigma of what NFTs have
Pretty
been
sure
degrading it, right?
yeah, I'm pretty sure it's
Their
benefited
benefits
some people. I'm pretty sure, but like that it's became tarnished, to be honest, if you ask me. Like, yeah,
tarnished.
tarnished.
Interesting. Okay. How about
Yes.
you, Mikurai?
I would have to go with that as well. The concept of it was a bit odd, with
Hmm.
like you own the title yet you don't own the actual product, which is it was odd for me to say the least. It was like, what would be the point of spending your money on it if you never really actually had it?
Mm.
Because like
Hmm.
not only could you have it, someone else could also have it. Therefore, you never really had it.
And they can be
And
burned too.
like,
But
true
Yeah, the concept of unique is not really there, is it?
is not,
mm,
which I guess what really makes me dislike it. The fact that
Interesting.
multiple people can own the same product without actually owning it. And for the person that actually does own slash have it, can really ultimately delete it and run off with the money they've collected,
you'll
Yeah.
a
which is
benefit for them.
unfortunate.
But
That's a whole other subject, but I'm just talking about just art with NFTs.
Um,
That's a whole thing with scams with NFTs and
mm,
and like cryptocurrency in general. But we can go into that in a different discussion.
yes,
But yeah,
and
no,
I
I
was
do agree. It does tie into it very tightly. Sorry.
you're fine. With the I know like how I said with the whole subjectiveness of like the elites or whatever.
Hmm.
Some of the NFT art was a bit, I would say, mind-boggling for its simplicity, yet for its price,
Hmm.
and it made me very, I don't know, it made me quite curious on the reason why they charge so much for something I could literally do on my spare time.
I
Be like, oh,
swear.
you want
Yeah.
this? Right, here you go. Charity, I guess. I don't know.
Hmm.
Mm,
I'll
Like
put that on my commissions. Every month I'll give like a charity thing. Be like, I'm bored. I don't know what to draw. Um, Whoever wins this raffle, congratulations for your
Yeah.
What do you want?
Good. Hey, what do you
thank
want?
mm,
How are you, BNZ? What are your thoughts
I
on
don't know what
NFTs?
an NFT is.
So it's a non-fungible
Non-refundable
token.
token.
Thank the Lord.
What?
Non-fungible tokens. These tokens are usually it's an image with encryption, and then inside that image, usually it's like a money. It costs money to purchase an NFT. The most famous one is Bored Ape, which I will
Bored Ape.
say, yeah. If you ever look up Bored Ape on anywhere, you can find the stupid thing.
The hell is even that?
Yeah, if you don't, I mean, and it's good that you don't know much about that space solely because it's a very toxic. I would
Toxic.
say. I would say it's toxic.
Yeah.
Yes, unfortunately.
Well, dang.
Yeah,
It's
so
quite unfortunate.
it's best that you don't know.
But also
Okay.
unfortunate that you don't know because you can't add anything to the subject.
I mean, yeah, if you can hear from these two already, they're not good.
Mhm.
They're not good.
they kind of sound like trash.
They
It's
very
actually
expensive trash.
I actually when I heard about NFTs for the first time, I didn't know what the hell it was until someone showed me what it was or told me what it was through like a video that I was like learning about it. And I cannot disassociate NFTs and cryptocurrencies in general with scams. Because again, rug pulls are the most common thing in this scenario, and people are like, "Oh, again." People are like, "Oh, it's the fastest way," and it's also like it's not run by the government. But I'm like,
Huh.
yeah, meaning that people could
Just
easily yoink your money as fast as it went in.
wait.
The moment that thing skyrockets, it vanishes.
Yeah,
Jesus.
that's kind of terrifying.
Yeah.
Like
So
nothing in life is ever easy. Like there's always a catch. Like we always think that
you could get paid millions of dollars, or, but you might get rug pulled.
But you might get a penny at the end.
You
even
might not
if you
even get paid. You might just lose money.
even if you do get rich, like what are you really going to be doing with your life? You're like, yeah, you're going to see all the things you ever always wanted to do, but like after that, then what else?
But like,
All the fun's gone. Like you if,
what
Might
I
as well
don't
give it to
get is
charity.
like, so after they get all the money, it's not in their bank account.
Nope.
oh no,
It's in a
it's
blockchain.
yep.
Okay, a blockchain, and you can't use it.
You
You
can.
can, but you have to trade
Mainly for
liquidate
trade.
it.
Yeah, yeah. You have if you're liquidating, it actually has to go through due process of a bank as well,
Yeah.
which is kind of funny to me.
So
because like
expensive too.
yeah, it's very expensive. Liquidating money in and of itself actually does have, I believe it doesn't have like a percentile of like how much you actually are going to withdraw,
It is then I
or
believe
is it
so.
just straight liquidation? Because I think for
Um,
me, because it depends on the, well, actually for me it's depending on the business. I completely forgot I had stocks in something a long time ago. It's been like 5 years, 6 years
oh, gee.
probably at this point. But I found out literally today. It was like, oh, you have money in your account. I'm like, what?
Wait,
You
wait,
want to withdraw it?
wait,
You're
what?
like, since we
Money for me? It's not ad, right? You real?
And then I looked at it, I was like, oh yeah, because I want to get rid of. I was using Robinhood, by the way. My friend recommended it as like a starter for like getting into crypto and stuff. Because at the time, crypto was booming
It
massively
was.
between 2016 and 2018. Uh,
Mhm.
it's booming more recently in terms of scamability. Uh, if and to those who don't know about what's happening in the world with like cryptocurrencies and like Sam Bankman-Fried and recently Logan Paul with his NFT scam, um,
Um,
it's clearly indicative that nobody is trying to put a foot forward saying that they did this issue. That's that's a whole other topic, but again, let's roll it back to um, let's just roll it back to art and not get into this very scary topic or very distressing topic that's very divisive towards a lot of people. But I do believe that in and of itself, NFTs as like an art form really is minimalistic and doesn't really pull anything besides money. The whole point of it is to literally build money for other people to look at a picture.
so
That's all
literally
I see it as.
allowing the ideal meaning of either gambling or what do you call it? What was the other day? We was talking about what do you call it?
Yeah, and I think we know what
Ponzi
you're.
scheming. Yeah,
Oh yeah, Ponzi scheme. Oh,
you're
God.
just saying, hey, yeah, take my money.
if you, yeah, and again, that's a whole thing we could talk about later, because that's definitely a rabbit hole that's really, really difficult to kind of express in just this stream, mainly talking about art.
Oh
But
yeah.
yeah, uh, will that be all for today, you guys? What do you think?
Mm, so,
Oh yeah. We talked about a lot of it. We went through. I think we did it.
Everybody,
We talked
right?
about a lot. It
I've
was
been
pretty
streaming.
good.
I've been streaming for like
All right.
2 hours now.
Yeah.
Oh wait.
So I
I
think
think it's an accomplishment.
so. I think it's best that we end the stream now, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm okay.
So all right. So yeah, thank you all for watching, and to those who will watch in the future of this podcast. And I hope you would join us, ask us questions and stuff to anybody who's actually viewing this. We thank you for your time and thank you for listening. And hopefully, in your art, in your personal art journeys, whatever it is, or your personal journey in any way, we wish you the best of luck.
Yes.
Yes.
Mm.
Do
Best
draw
of
whatever
luck.
the hell you want. Do you, Queen? Like period.
I mean,
Well,
you
there's
could.
a limit. There's a limit to do what the hell you
Hey,
want.
Well, there is a limit, but like, don't show everyone. Do whatever you want, just don't show everyone
As long as it's
until
under the law.
selective.
As long as it's under the law. Be careful.
Exactly.
Well, in art, like, there's no law against art, is it?
well, then,
You
Yeah,
can do whatever.
art police
artistic
will come
liberties, and then there's law. Be careful with what you do, but always, again, express
Just-
yourself
yeah,
as
there
how
you
you
go.
feel. Just, again, understand that you have to be, again, art in and of itself is something you express yourself with. In the end,
And
that's
there
all really
is-
art is.
Don't express stealing.
And-
Just don't steal.
Um,
Don't steal.
don't do that.
Plagiarism.
And also
Huh?
realize that people have different opinions and standpoints. So again,
Yeah,
there will
people
be
like
people
and
that
dislike. It's fine.
Be neutral.
yes, be neutral.
Anything else you want to say, Beansy, as your last words?
Any
Just-
last words?
You are capable of literally doing anything with practice. You don't have to be good like instantly. It will take time, and that's okay. You get
Mhm.
better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey.
And yeah, don't be afraid of what you do, but be sure to know and understand, your art
Unders-
is what is subjective, and people could see it as any light. As Mikura has said, people like and dislike it. They
Yeah.
don't have to like your art. They don't have to hate your art. Again, it's their choice to be outspoken. You choose you. But again, also be careful. But yeah, thank you all for watching, and hope you all have a good time.
Don't draw anything cursed.
Oh yeah, well, I mean, unless you feel like it, go to r/distressing memes. Very fun.
Oh God.
But yeah, thank you all.
Here's your
Thank you all for joining us in this episode, and hopefully you'll see us for the next one.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye.